Hey, what's up YouTube, Scavenger here, and we're back on day 30 of our 100 player fan game series. So a little bit of time has passed since I last recorded, and we've made some progress in all theatres. So, where are we at? Personally, we are in 7th place. We are right behind Finland, and we are doing pretty good. We expect this whole leaderboard to change drastically over the next few days. So, I'm going to start by saying England got kicked from the game for multi-accounting, so that's the 3rd time this has happened in this game, so that's 6 players effectively, or 6 accounts rather, that have been kicked, so we'll have to do something about that in the future. So with England inactive, he's definitely going to fall down the board, which will lift us up, and with the access 4, now 3 I believe, down to, well, missing its strongest member, it's going to be pretty easy to finish them off. Now, at the same time, I feel sorry for Lord Void and Unpredictable because they have been dragged into this under the pretenses that they were kind of fighting on the winning side, and they were definitely fighting on the stronger side before, but with the United Kingdom inactive, and we can see all the territory the United Kingdom controls, which is quite a bit, they're no longer too sure about that. So, I do kind of feel sorry for them and their whole coalition in general. So, moving on, as we can see down here, Italy by far has the strongest economy, and we're down in 6th, and that's pretty good. Our economy is even stronger than all of our allies, so, well, except Alberta. Now, the reason for that is, I said this before, Alberta controls all this territory up here, so it's easy for him to manage morale, while we control this large area of territory over here, which is really hard to manage. So, I finally moved my capital, and I'm not too happy about it, but to make up for it, I'm slowly building fortifications, which actually at this point in time, it's probably a good time to build more fortifications, while we've got some spare iron and no oil to go with it. So let's build some more fortifications to help keep that morale high. So we need to keep morale high in our core provinces, because these are where the majority of our resources come. So my goal over the next few days is to build level 5 fortification in every single resource producing province in my core. And that will keep morale high. As you can see here, I've already stabled out morale here, but I'd like to get it higher and get it back up to max. So I've moved my capital up to a central area. In fact, once I build fortifications down here, I might even move it slightly higher, so it's dead center in between. Moving it, if we have a look at the morale here, is lifting morale in all of these places up here where I was having trouble controlling it. So that's a good thing there. We can also see over the past few days we have lost a lot of troops through rebellions. This was mine, this was mine, this was mine. So we're not too happy about that, but luckily if we have a look at the provinces we did lose, they weren't exactly overly important, just one food province. So as long as we can hold on to the remaining ones for just a little bit longer, we don't have to last much more longer until the morale will steady out, we should be sweet. So lost a few troops and quite a bit of land there, but we're slowly making progress. So if we have a look at what's happening around the world, and actually I'll quickly just turn off the morale map so you can see the territorial divisions. I will have to clean this up at some point, but all this land in and around here up to here I believe, then across to here, up here, is meant to be mine, except these two provinces here, and then all the way down over here. So we'll get that back at some point depending on how we're feeling, but it's no major because we're capturing new land elsewhere, and it's not like the land has gone into the hands of our enemies. So if we come over to here, we can see how things are going in our fight against the Europeans. So the United Kingdom only got kicked about a day ago, so we haven't really been able to make too much progress on that as of yet. We all gave the United Kingdom right away, and we've got right away in an exchange, so we can use this territory to attack our enemy. As we can see here, North Brazilian battleships are acting as artillery along the coast, making the most of this and shelling out enemy troops that are trying to march on past. We can also see that Italy has finally added some anti-air protection to this stack here, although I'm not sure King Kongo might still attack it. These groups here are actually doing quite a bit of damage, but if we play smart, we should be able to deal with it. We still have a lot of our own artillery, and if we just focus on these groups here, we'll be just fine. So I'm going to be honest, we were seriously considering, or at least me and King were seriously considering retreating from this theater to avoid unnecessary losses when the United Kingdom was involved. But since the United Kingdom has is inactive, we are now pretty confident in our ability. So that's what's happening there. So we're slowly pushing forwards, but we are getting pushed back by these larger stacks. Now, it's not all losses though. If we come over to here, we can see that King Congo is doing some raids against Italy, and these will be devastating to the Italian economy, considering we're going to be right in his core. So be interesting to see how they play out. Spain does have some aircraft in the region, so we could use those to help swing things in our favor, but Italy already has a lot to manage at the moment, considering at the same time he is fighting Egypt. So there is that. He was also fighting Persia, but they managed to come to a peace deal, and I think that might be for the best. At the same time though, we have started some raids down here, and Spanish resistance is still pretty strong, but due to the fact he's having to use larger stacks, he could be in for a bit of trouble. So although he does have some artillery, it won't be enough to beat King Congo's specialized artillery. So be interesting to see how he goes here. In fact, if I was Spain, I'd be trying to get as many hits as soon as possible and really focusing on staying out of the range of King Congo's artillery, especially on the plains. Luckily, none of it's on plains. So that is what is happening there. He's also got some raiders going out around the side just to make progress. So that is good to see. So we're making progress here, just not in Spain itself. We can also see as we come on down the coast that Spain also has plenty of troops remaining. It's not like we're fighting his larger stacks, he still has troops out there. We can also see that down here, East Brazil has engaged in some raid tactics, but he's ran into some resistance, as we can see here. He's probably going to lose this battle, and we can also see Yugoslavia has come in to reinforce, although this light tank here appears to have gone around the side, and that could be a real annoyance. Down here though, East Brazil does have this larger stack, and this one is going to be hard for our opposition to destroy. They really need the support of Italy's railroad guns. I believe the Italy's railroad guns with some anti-air protection. That would go a long way in negating the range and our own artillery. So there's not really much more to say in the European theatre. Angola is slowly rebuilding down here and is building up troops. Considering he's now got a capital in Madagascar, not in his home territory, he's slowly lifting morale, and that will help increase his production. So if we come around to the other side of the world, there's not really much happening in between in Asia. So if we come around to here, we can see where we're at the moment. Now, we are conducting a raid, and our aim is to capture this industrial port with one anti-tank gun. So this is really risky, guys. I had this one anti-tank gun earlier on because I sent it as a lone troop to capture islands from Northwest America who had just declared war on us for no reason. So this is not ideal, but we have cleared out the region. There is no enemy troops on that island, and the enemy air force is up here, but I suspect they'll have bigger things to worry about with this group landing here. So as long as we can capture this industrial area and start producing AA guns, we should be sweet. So it's a little risky. If I don't get it, I'm going to have to ask our allies in the region for troops, and I don't really like to do that because I kind of owe them. So that's what's happening there. Now, we did lose our first fleet the other day, and I'm happy to say that I've started getting my revenge. We've pushed the Indo-Chinese Navy all the way back from here to up and around here, with only 26 casualties against their 3,000. So we're doing pretty good, and all of that was down to the fact I missed one patrol timer reset. So I'm a little annoyed about that. One mistake, guys, and you lose 26 men. Got to be careful. So going forwards, it's really important that I watch out for their submarines, and when I get my intel at day change, I find their biggest battle group, which now consists of, I believe, 3 battleships, and he's probably added more DDs, so probably around 10 or 11 destroyers. So we're going to find that group's... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's where his giant stack of subs are. 24 versus 18. This is going to be a long fight. Both are attacking. Papua New Guinea has the advantage, so he should win. So I suspect that we should see the Indo-Chinese fleet appear to assist in that battle anytime soon, because that one's going to rage on for some time. So if we actually split our cruisers and destroyers off, I'll send them ahead to assist in that, because that battle there is going to rage on for hours, I suspect, considering, you know, they can only do 1.8 on attack and 2.2 on defense. So every round of combat, when they attack, defend, they're only going to do 4 damage per submarine. And as we can see here, this stack here is only on 45% stat efficiency, so even though there's 18, it'll be fighting as though there's 9, so that's really only room for 36 damage per combat round. And 36, how many times does 36 go into that number there? I don't want to do the math, but it's just under 20, I believe. So that battle there could rage on for 20 hours, to be honest. So let's get up there soon and assist, take them out, and get a little bit of revenge in the process. So that's what's going to happen there. Now, we're also at the moment trying to replenish aircraft carriers and get them back stocked. So when I left, this group here only had the capacity to hold 6 aircraft, so sending it away with 4 was not a bad deal. As we can see, there's now only 1 here, and that is because I've sent the other 2 back to get stocked up. So this aircraft carrier is coming back across from the mainland and is stocked with 5 more aircraft. It's going to then offload onto this aircraft carrier, which will offload onto this aircraft carrier that will then travel back to the group. In the meantime, this aircraft carrier here, this one, is being stocked with more aircraft, tactical bombers to be exact, and that's going to then from there offload onto this one, which will then travel back here to offload onto that one, which will then travel back all the way over to here and regroup with the fleet. So that's what's happening at the moment, just trying to replenish aircraft carriers. We can also see that our 3rd fleet, the replacement for the 1st, is coming along really well. And we just do some quick clicking and we see what we've got. We can see that it is very nearly, actually, can they go faster than the submarines? Did I just slow them down by putting submarines in that stack? Damn it, I did too. Okay, well, learn that mistake for next time. Let's just split the submarines off. So, with the submarines now left the group, we should be able to get this done slightly faster. And I feel kind of stupid now because I could probably already have switched the aircraft if I hadn't have done that. So, anyway, this group will be ready and assembled within the next probably... Ooh, how long is it going to take this cruiser to get down there? Okay, and we've still got some more cruisers to come. So probably within the next 24 hours, this battle group will be ready to get into action. The only things we are lacking, though, for this battle group are the aircraft to go on them. So as we can see here, we have 3 interceptors, 1 tactical bomber, and 2 naval bombers. So we need at least, well, we want to fill it to max. So we need 3 more interceptors, 5 more tactical bombers, and 1 more naval bomber to get it up to the 15 capacity we have between 3 aircraft carriers in our fleet. So that's where we're at the moment. We're slowly fighting back, and yeah, sooner or later we're going to get a chance to get revenge on national China. So that's the goal. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.